Hello, my name is Jorge Gallegos, and I will be doing my C300 Engineering Business Practice Reflection. I'll begin by bringing up one of the first things we did in this class, which was the Colby A tests. And originally, when I received my results, I was a bit skeptical. Kind of took the results with a grain of salt, primarily because I expected to be an insistent implementer, and in reality, I received an 8.444, which is insistent fact finder. Um, I generally consider myself to be more of a hands-on kind of guy, so it was definitely a bit surprising. But after some thought and after a little bit of introspection, I did realize that I do generally do a lot of research before I move forward in a project. And even in class, I would find myself, for example, when Seeger was lecturing on a topic that I wasn't necessarily too familiar with, one of the first things I would do is I'd pull up my phone and I'd look up the Wikipedia on it. And as he's lecturing, I was reading about it online. So that really suggests that I was, in fact, like a insistent fact finder. Although I will say we shouldn't put too much weight on these scores, generally because I feel that as people we are fluid, and these scores over time may change as we develop in our careers. So, whatever scores you receive now will not necessarily be the score that you'll have for the rest of your life. So I think that's definitely something we should keep in mind. We shouldn't let it define us in a way. And I'll move forward to the Citicorp case, which was by far my favorite aspect of this class, which was the ethics portion. I thought that this case was extremely interesting, and I thought this example was great at highlighting how sometimes ethical standards will be in conflict with each other. William LeMessurier had to, he was kind of towing the line the whole time on ethical and unethical, and he really had to make that difficult decision on, does he hold paramount public safety, or does he issue public statements in an objective and truthful manner? And so I think that really showed us, the students, that as engineers we are going to be making these kinds of decisions. It's not just black and white. There is definitely going to be that gray area in ethics, and so this was a great introduction to that. But for these reasons, that was definitely my favorite part of the class. My least favorite part of the class by far was C300.com, which was just a mess of a website. If that website was a person, I'd shoot it in the face. It was just so disorganized. I could never find anything on it. Um, First off, the whole time I thought that all the lectures were listed chronologically, and they weren't. You would have chunks of February, March, April, but then you'd have February again, or you'd have some different dates peppered in there, and I had no idea why. I didn't understand the logic behind that. It was just so difficult to navigate, and could never find anything on it. And the thing is, it would not be that difficult to just fix these issues. But in the end, these were just technical issues, and so it definitely shouldn't take away from the substance of the class. Um, so for that reason, overall, I would think that this is actually a pretty good class, and I'm glad that it's part of the engineering curriculum. Because I know that a lot of people might think that the lectures were common sense, and in the way they were, but it's as Seeger says, common sense is not common. And a lot of people do need to be taught, the difference between critique and criticism. They do need to be taught about professionalism and things like that. Um, so for that reason, I would definitely rank this class relatively high, and just as an experience overall. Thank you.